You'll do that. You'll do anything. You're like Mikey on the old Life commercials. That's fouled off by Polanco.
I'll be more like Mayhem.
You
on Monday Night Football? Only for a year, though. Because people then were complaining that they couldn't see because sitting in up above so they could get that shot.
I see.
Yeah.
2-1 on Polanco.
You know, you hope it's one of those cases where when it does turn, everybody gets involved. It's just not a couple more guys, other options, but it's not everyone. And it's not to say you need all 9 guys to be hit.
20 homers. That's Nolan Jones. So, I mean, part of the problem that the Rockies are going to have is it's not favoring what they're seeing so far.
Swung on and missed. Beeks gets the strikeout on Polanco. A team down the road that you believe can contend. I mean, that's why you're certainly 3 young players last year in the obvious ones: Jones, Tovar, Doyle.
Right now, talking about Nolan Jones, because he'll come out of it better on the other side.
Hit by a pitch and scored in the second, a single, and he fouled out down the third base line up the tarp. 3-2. And that misses. 2-0. Counts for Hancock. And the first pitch is in there to Jake. 9-2. One was going to start right in game 2, and then the late scratch. Brent Doyle pushed. Good swing by Cave. Keeps it 2-2.
He had that happen.
There always seems to be that guy on every team. It's a called strike 3 right on the out for Bouchard. For 2, ground ball to short, and he had a lengthy at bat. Caught looking at a 3-2 pitch, borderline pitch. And the slider on the outside corner, and it touched the outside corner, so it's 0-2. Drafted right out of high school. You see with the 20 rounds now, more and more teams are reluctant to. They acquire a couple later picks outside on Tovar, and I think it would add to. But there are late round gems. Ty France playing first base. We were talking about him coming. 1-1 on Tovar. Outside on Ezekiel.
Well, you can trade international.
Who is 3 for 3. Takes ball 1 from Jalen Beeks. Do you know that Zebby's?
Come on.
Yep. Second. And he worked a 3-1 count. Talk about what kind of eye he has. The fact that he's led the American League. He got a 3-1 pitch to his liking, and he hit it over 400 feet off the top of the wall in extreme right center field.
Well, he's done that.
With the big lead.
Your touch routine that J.P. Crawford has, which never takes a moment off.
Yeah, but we had second inning, 6-run second inning. 10 came to the plate. Ty France was actually 1 for 2 in that. (3-0). Seattle Royals. Good luck trying to score 10 runs against the Royals this year. Sullivan. Back to him in a moment. Sean Sullivan starts in 16 innings, 25 strikeouts for Hartford. He is not different deliveries, 3-quarter, hide the ball, run it up, spin rate up in the zone.
Slider, curveball, changeup.
Taylor Saucedo. Here's the 3-2 to Mac. Fouls that pitch off.
It's never fun if you're.
And McMahon draws a walk. Second. Diaz is 2 for 3. Drove in the 2 Rockies runs in the first with a double.
You can't get it all back in one swing.
And you're like, oh man. So you try to put that out of your mind. You try to stay with the process, realize that you do need that guy to continue to build you up. You know, whether it's a teammate or a coach.
Go back to guy we
Nuts.
Man, you've had enough.
and he saw.
And I go, okay, Groove, I'll show you. He was the opposite with me. I mean, like I like being spurred.
But
Jorge Polanco 1 for 4. Tyler Kinley's on the mound now for the Rockies, and this is the only time the Rockies will see him this year. You know, around the trade deadline, they
kind of already done one of them. I didn't think they were going to move Robbie Ray. Kyle Harrison. They could be a second half team. The Giants.
Arizona's 11 and 12 now.
Dodgers got a big victory over the Mets after losing. That's interesting. Polanco takes strike 3. So Tyler Kinley. Is he the only guy to come out of Lake Erie?
Nope. Another guy.
Do we know him? 2 strikes on Lake Erie's own Luke Raley. And to get him in a place where he's throwing more consistent strikes, and you know he's going to work at it. I mean, this guy has just right, Spilly. I mean, Tyler Kinley's an adult.
Tyler Kinley's an adult.
It's one of those guys you root extra hard for. 2-2 to Raley, and Kinley with a solid inning. 1-2-3 and a couple of strikeouts.
Well, born in Washington, so he's a third.
2 strikes now on Montero.
Vermani.
Jay Cave, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. He fouls this pitch back. 2 outs, Sean Bouchard. Does that just come with experience, practice?
Player. And you could
his
tell.
His mom tells a story about he was his older sister around who told you he was a softball player at Cal State Fullerton eventually.
A lot of kids that get
1 ball, 2 strikes on Bouchard outside. I mean, it's really athletic family. Mom was a volleyball player. He had a singular purpose. It's worked out.